Purple Bub says, I'll send you a condensed version of the Moebius theory. Malachi receives the Da Vinci Code on audiobook.
As read by Tom Hanks. Like,
I don't blame you for your skepticism. I only found out about Fida and Moebius a few months ago myself. It's very strange to be told your own destiny.
You never doubted your destiny for a moment.
True. I always knew that I was meant for something important. But it's another matter to have it confirmed. To know that this woman is out there, and what she's supposed to mean to me. To know that there are people who want to destroy me, before I get a chance to do what I was born to do.
Tilbo says, Space Noir was more offensive, yet more interesting. I'm conflicted. To be fair, you're probably misremembering Space Noir a little bit, because that was literally like 15 hours long.
Yeah.
And a lot of that time was spent on really shitty puzzles.
On like boring stuff.
Like way worse than anything in this.
I think I reviewed that one too. I gave that a really low grade.
that was like a terrible game.
It was really
on top
bad.
of like the bad racism in it. But like this is just like one hit after another. Like every scene is just drenched in it, you know?
I think I tried to block most of it out of my mind, to be honest.
I don't blame you.
I'm cutting videos of it right now, and it's listen, reliving that game is not my favorite thing.
I'm sorry, Phil.
I kind of want to watch you guys play it though.
Blazing Raven, the Face Noir archives start going up next week.
Oh boy,
that's probably going to be a good one to catch.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
All right,
one of the best.
4. How many chapters are there in this?
I suppose you're going
7.
to follow me around this entire trip.
That's what I'm here for, Mr. Rector.
Well, I certainly hope Dexter's private plane was able to shake any pursuers. It would be nice to only have to think about my job for a change, rather than being
I feel like they shouldn't have told that guy that he'll become super famous if he marries some woman.
And then has her be killed, like...
Yeah.
Also, it's weird how everyone so far that we know about whose archetype comes into play is when a woman in their life gets killed. For Malachi's archetype, it's when his mother gets killed, and for this like Caesar archetype, it's when their lover gets killed or whatever. So
I need to find out who Captain Walker really is. I've started this dossier.
Oh, so he's somebody.
Is he?
I guess.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Everybody's somebody.
Yeah. Amble said that he thinks he's someone, but he's not going to tell you yet until you figure out the lady thing.
I bet he's Jesus.
He told everyone else. That's just rude.
Also, did you guys notice that our pills got swapped out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Rector.
So
just wanted to make.
It's probably
Tell
a
me
bad
about
thing.
your time in the army.
Okay.
What do you want to
Yeah.
know?
Probably
I just
a
want
bad
to make
thing.
sure everyone noticed.
I think that's probably a bad thing.
How old were you when you joined?
20. I knew I wanted to join the military, but if I finished
Purple Femme
college
says,
first,
at first I
I'd
thought
enlist as an
Malachi was
officer.
anime David
So I
Duchovny.
did.
Now I'm
I
sure he's a
enlisted as
sexually
second
frustrated
lieutenant right
werewolf.
after graduation.
Andrew Clare says, so he's still David Duchovny.
Yep.
How long were you in the military?
But just regular, not anime.
Why did you leave the military?
I spent the last 18 months of my service training foreign armies to disable protesters. Their own people. I couldn't do it anymore. It's getting really bad out there.
No worse than it's always been.
No, trust me. It's worse.
I hate when foreigners
What
go
did you
after their
study
own
in
people.
college?
I have a BA in military history.
You said you were from Indiana. Did you grow up there?
Yes, I grew up in a small town. Didn't leave it until I went to college.
You've never heard of an agency called FITA?
Not until you took me there. I've made a few phone calls. None of my buddies have heard of them either. They seem to excel at staying under the radar. So, I take it you're supposed to identify a woman who might become Senator Markham's wife, and this is somehow tied to a Roman emperor.
I'm glad that he's pointing
I
out,
don't
like,
suppose
this
you
is,
cared
this
to
is
enlighten
insane bullshit, by the way.
Yeah.
Should I just tell him?
Straight up.
Fuck it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. He's your boo.
So,
Yes.
Senator Markham is supposed to be Augustus, and if he marries the right woman, he'll become president and save the global
Become
economy.
president and
If you
save the
take
global
Moebius theory
Shut
seriously,
up.
yes.
You know, like Augustus Caesar did when Augustus Caesar saved the global economy.
When he became president? Hello?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's just say I can't entirely dismiss it.
Did any of you guys play Indigo Prophecy?
Yep.
Yeah.
You told me because you know
Some aspects of that remind me of like the last third of the.
Yes, sir.
But I really love Indigo Prophecy despite its wackiness.
Me too.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of really cool stuff in that game. Right up until like the last 2 hours or so.
Yeah. And then just,
any more brilliant jokes.
man, when you just like hang out in your apartment and it's so good. Wait,
Yeah.
what?
It's not really funny.
What?
Was it a joke? He told a joke.
Did you hear about the Buddhist at Yankee Stadium?
Uh-oh.
He asked the hot dog vendor to make him one with everything.
Yes, I see.
Tough crowd.
His eyes got really big.
Why were the journalists
Tough
all gathered
crowd.
around the crater?
What crater?
It's just a hole in the ground. Doesn't matter.
Of course it matters.
It
I like
really
that
doesn't.
Malachi isn't capable of making eye
Why
contact
were
with
the
David.
journalists
Often staring at his
around the
pecs or his
They were
crotch.
hoping for a story that was a little meteor.
I mean, he was blushing
see.
before.
Are all these jokes of yours word puns?
He's making
Pretty
some
much.
progress.
What about a wife or a girlfriend?
I haven't been in one place long enough to have a relationship. Why was the skeleton lonely?
He was
Doing all
building
these
Oh my
jokes.
god.
He's talking about himself. He's talking about himself. He's talking about
He was
himself because he's a
lonely
skeleton
because
man.
he had no body.
Oh God, that's pathetic.
Great, isn't it?
Oh, they're
What
falling
did
in
the
love.
pate say to the stuck-up
Through
flame in
terrible,
your-
terrible
I wait
jokes.
breathlessly for the answer.
What do I look like? Chopped liver? Like that one, did you?
Aw.
Oh, I
That's
got an
all for
achievement.
As you say, sir.
You get to do that again later, too.
WG said he says, can the rest of the game just be David's stand-up routine?
Yeah, ideally.
Barista.
That would be the best.
He has a neck tattoo, probably a
Oh.
punk.
I think one.
You think one?
I think this is gonna like from now on you just have to play Malachi as like the most judgy asshole ever, and that's the only way you're gonna get the right answer.
In a gang. Yep. he has a tattoo. He's probably in a gang. Gym rat, I guess.
Jesus Christ! All right, good.
Okay,
I'm glad the worst thing wasn't right. I'm glad.
I think you might have got all those wrong, actually.
Oh,
really?
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
I can't remember the first one, but I know the last three are wrong.
Okay, it's an improvement. Oh, and he's obsessed with death, right? Well, here's like the third one. There is. Did you see the third one for the tattoo? The third option was symbol has meaning for the wearer. Like, yeah, no shit. That's all tattoos.
I don't know what they're supposed to be.
I can tell you the last three, but I can't tell you the first one because I don't remember it.
Okay.
That one is active in sports. You got that one.
Okay.
That one was participates in extreme sports, and that one is symbol has meaning to the wearer.
Again. Oh. There you
Student
go.
and Daredevil. The barista does some manner of extreme sports, and his tattoo has a personal meaning to him. Yeah, at least that's like less. Because that's less bad than I expected. Let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have enough info to guess what's up with David yet? No. I need one more.
You get that later in this chapter.
Okay.
Plants are real and not overly gaudy, which is more than I can say for most of the tourists staying here.
Yo, he's right in front of you. Come on, man.
The furniture is entirely modern, even if it does have a hint of classic style. I'm too keyed up to sit.
I'm too keyed up to sit. What?
Vorpal notes, of course it's less bad than expected when you are judging a white dude.
Full coffee cups.
Like that was the worst thing.
I don't
There was a
want to-
comment on Danielle's review of this.
Parisians
That was arguing that since Malachi was misanthropic and like generally disliked everybody, that means that the game couldn't be misogynistic, which is just like
What?
just
don't have a coffee.
unbelievable misunderstanding of the word misogyny or like of how that works. But But like, and this is kind of case in point, right? Which is that over and over and over again, the women in the game are judged very poorly, are reduced to gross adjectives, and literally used as puzzle solutions.
I'm Malachi Rector, and this is my
if he's just an asshole, at some point he would have to be wrong.
Please, come in.
Right.
I am
Right. But even with the dudes, like there's some variety in how he reads them. Even there's variety in the way he reads them poorly. You know what I mean? Like some of them are tough guys, and some of them are vain. But all of the women are vain. All of the women are the worst. You know, like.
Andrew Claire says, "I bet the dude who left that comment calls himself an egalitarian."
Definitely does.
He says he's the houseman.
I'm not a feminist. I'm a humanist. Yeah.
Let's say nervous, I guess. Shifting eyes.
I think that guy likes lemon meringue pie. That's my guess. He looks like one.
Jeez, Janine.
Because the yellow and the white. It's a really pale shade of yellow, too.
Brett is very nervous about something in this room that he wishes to remain hidden or secret.
It's his butt. It's because he's holding his butt.
He's
back up against the wall.
Gross.
He sat in bird poop this morning.
Beautiful and kind.
Please don't look at my butt, sir.
Andrew Claire says, "Please, I'm an equalist." Quote, some shithead.
Tell me about Caroline's father, Henri.
Henri is a very important man, but you must know
Henri.
this already, eh?
That's how they pronounce that, by the way. It's
doting
Henri.
father, pillar of the community, etc., etc. Is that
Janine,
about
can you
it?
say something in
So
French?
you say, monsieur. I'm sure you know best.
Say pig. What was that word for pig again?
Cochon.
Yeah.
Champignon was the good one.
Champignon.
When will
That's
Caroline
it.
or her father be back?
Champignon.
Not for days.
You call this guy a
He's out of the
pig?
country
Jeez,
on
Janine.
business,
That's rude.
and Caroline is away for the weekend.
Do you know where she went?
It's more like a
No,
mole.
she did not tell me.
He looks like one of those mole people from
I'd
Grimm.
like to see
There's another
Caroline's
beaver
room.
people.
I'm
People.
Those are
afraid
beaver
that will
people.
not be
Yeah.
possible.
The consulate told you to cooperate with me, did they not?
They said you were coming. They did not say to give you
Vorpal
access to the
Femme
family's
says,
private room.
"I knew a dude who
I
said he was an
cannot
egalitarian,
allow
not a feminist, because feminists are too extreme. I karate chopped him and ollied out the building."
Yeah. Wow. Guitars.
That's all for the moment.
Oui, monsieur.
Frybox says, "You mean egalitarian? He really likes eagles, like a lot." Yeah, he likes eagles a whole bunch. That's it. Oh,
It's a genuine
jeez.
antique long case grandfather
Jeez.
clock, 19th century. The mirror appears to be Baroque.
So I'm just analyzing all the stuff in this room, but they're not actually making me analyze it.
Right.
This is a terrible forgery. I can see the seams of the plastic frame under the gold paint. Horrendous. That's an impressive piece of sculpture.
Should
for a
analyze all
sitting
those
room.
giant
It looks
raviolis
like
on the
Amedeo
couch.
Modigliani.
His analysis. They're delicious. Get a little bit of marinara.
The signature is wrong, and on closer inspection,
You think those are cheese
work is
raviolis or those
hasty.
meat raviolis?
this is a
Those are
fake.
meat. You can tell.
So a bunch
Yeah,
of the
you
stuff
can,
is
you can.
fake.
Those are modern ceramics.
Fuck
It
off.
appears
I
to be
hate
a
him.
Chinese gold urn.
Like, who walks into someone's house and is like, those vases are nothing special. Fucking,
Like
Just-
an art
It's
dude.
gold leaf. And the
he's the
urn
worst.
itself
I
is a
hate
modern
everyone.
replica.
Malachi Rector is turning me into
Those rooms
Malachi
are
Rector.
exceptional.
Alright?
The house is well
No.
maintained.
That's the twist ending. You become
It
him.
is.
That appears to be.
I was him all along.
My Skooks is asking about the new Broken Sword game. Andrew
It's
Claire
a
says, "I
fake,
used to love Broken
and
Sword."
Not a very good one.
I've never played those games, but I've always felt like I would probably really dig those.
That's a burled wood cabinet.
Fobwash says all of a sudden Malachi is that dude that knows everything from Storage Wars. He should start calling off values. Oh, that would be the best.
18th century burled wood cabinet.
I mean, this is at
Yeah.
least his job. This is what he
It
does.
is. It
Here
is.
in
It
Paris.
is.
It's genuine.
And again,
worth
like
at least
we've
$5
said this
grand.
previously, but like I'm less
The sofa and chair.
creeped out when he's analyzing
The furniture
objects.
is just as it appears to be.
Instead of analyzing people
They're
as though
sturdy
they're
pieces,
objects.
but
Yeah,
not particularly
that's what
rare.
freak like
That's
makes
the
me feel
absolute
gross.
worst.
The
Yeah.
furniture is just as it appears to be. They're sturdy pieces, but not particularly rare.
I haven't played Broken Sword, but I have them all. They're on my
looks
list.
like a remarkable piece, but I should get closer.
Except I don't have the newest one.
Somebody taking Xanax right now?
Sorry, I'm taking my werewolf pills.
Careful,
guys.
because your pills got
Malachi
switched,
pills?
dude.
The
On the
mirror
flight
is
over here?
Swedish Rococo,
Oh
dated to
no!
the mid-1700s,
No, I'll be a double werewolf.
made by Nicolas Meunier. Very nice.
Yeah, they got switched with doubling pills.
That appears to be an Empire mantle.
Which Harry Potter book were those from again? I don't
Valuable antique.
remember.
I should take a
P.S. I had a student write me a really good essay about racism in Harry Potter. It was really good.
Ooh.
Can you read it on
That
air?
black
or-
lacquer is modern, and the gold is
That's probably unethical.
It's a forgery.
But you know.
Can you
Those
share the
books
student's
appear
name
to
and
be old.
address?
From a distance.
Yeah, that I can do. That's allowed.
Can you give us a theme? Like
First
the
edition.
a
It was just
general
good. It was like it started at like a really broad place, which was like, oh, J.K. Rowling used the like Muggles human stuff to talk about racism, but then they dug deeper by calling out specific instances in the first book where even characters who on kind of base level you would say, oh, well, those guys aren't racist. How their actions revealed a sort of innate structural racism, how the systems in place were racist, even though they weren't being caught out as such directly. And so, like, figured out, like, or kind of positioned the whole book as this critique of racism that was a way stronger argument than what I expected when she first pitched me the paper. It was really, like, one of those, like, yes, like, fucking nailed it. If the paper was longer, I would have probably pushed harder for her to, like, deal with the fact that, like, yeah, but Harry Potter himself is a white jock who, like, always wins the day. And, like, there's a little bit something there, but she did the big thing really well, and that was the best. Also, it's a she, so now you can start figuring out which of the 22 female students I have it is.
I do it for
What do you
Madeline's
teach,
sake.
Austin?
This semester was mapping media and cultural theory, which is a second-year course in the media info culture and technology program here.
I am so
I may
you
be
know.
able to hold my tongue.
Zero.
Need to be much more
Again, like, I think it's
Oui,
okay.
monsieur.
So Zero says,
Anything.
wow, analyzing every piece of furniture, you're not stuck up or pretentious. I mean, like, I think that part is okay because, like, his job is analyzing antiques and figuring out whether they're real or not.
Also, he is both
like-
stuck up and pretentious.
Yeah.
He is
but,
both of those
which,
things.
which, again, that's fine, too. Like, I think that's fine for the main character to be that. And, like, specifically the goal here was, like, analyze that stuff and realize, like, hey, a bunch of this stuff looks legit, but it's fake, and then put together the fact that, like, hey, this butler has been fucking them over.
Right.
And, like, that, to me, like, that's an okay-ish puzzle, because
Yeah,
at least I'm
yeah.
not, like, I mean, I guess we kind of analyzed the butler, but there wasn't anything too
Yeah.
weird about that. It was
No,
more
you
just,
didn't-
like, dude was nervous-looking.
Right. You didn't say, like,
I want to
he's a
know
little
what
chubby,
Caroline
he's
is
probably
and when
stealing
she'll
from
be
them,
back.
he's a thief, you
Yeah,
know? Like,
exactly.
look at his hands, he comes from a working class background with those grubby little hands. He's
He
probably
has
a
little
thief.
teeth like a rat.
Right, exactly. Like, they didn't do that for this dude. Again, like, this is what I'm
The
saying
way
when I
that
say...
the way that Tolvo puts it, it's kind of like they wanted to go with the Sherlock Holmes type thing, but they didn't notice that Sherlock mostly notices habits or things they've done, not
Right.
who they are.
Yeah.
So we're noticing, like, what he's doing right now, rather than, like, this little thing about him, about who
Right.
he is, means
I'd like to
this
see Caroline's
broad
room
thing
now.
about him.
Very well,
Right.
monsieur. I will take you there.
Fobwash notes that he's dressed like a bottle of mustard. That's important.
That is true. He must love mustard.
For real, though. Mustard, y'all. Delicious fake bits.
That's an exceptional mural.
All the beds in this game look like tables with sheets draped over them.
Yeah, like, none of them look comfy at all.
No.
I
The dresser is one
do
of
not
the
want to
better
sleep on
pieces.
any of those beds.
There's nothing in there except women's clothing. Don't even go there.
What?
What?
Excuse me?
I don't... huh? Women's clothing.
There's
Yeah.
a degree in economics.
Yes, everyone should
Mouse
definitely go watch the
superiority.
Killzone 3.
It's a prestigious
Let's play
university.
that Phil has been uploading.
Yeah. The last video of that goes up tomorrow.
Oh, it's so good.
It's a book about the Paris catacombs.
There was a minute when I was working on that where I was like,
subject.
I still kind of think, like, maybe we should go back and finish Killzone 3, but, like, if we did, the only thing I would want to do is like I'll finish Killzone 3 while you guys read stupid Yelp shit.
You can do that with literally any game in the world.
Which is why it doesn't make any damn
must be
sense.
Interested in this.
Yep.
Like I don't really care about finishing Killzone 3 at this point.
But that was kind of the magic of it. Was that
Yeah,
it was just
that's
good
also true.
background noise that we were
Care
not
about
invested
finishing
in.
the moment.
Right. Right. Finish the fight, Phil.
See
Kills
that
a
devil chair?
Master Chief. It does look like a double chair.
So one thing that I wanted to bring up from that conversation with Gretchen that David had. So Tolvo says, also Sherlock does at least point out that Sherlock is terrible with people and he gets called out on it and people really dislike him for it.
Right.
Which I think is also a key difference. And that conversation with Gretchen kind of made me like really open my eyes to this. Like the game, the way everything is written, the way the characters talk about Malachi, the game wants you to believe that all of the characters, like as Gretchen was saying, they fall in love with him because he's so quirky and aloof and like
mysterious.
There's nothing.
Suave.
I just don't see it. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't see. I don't
outside
buy
of like
that.
again his accent, maybe. Do you know what I mean? But that even that isn't like a complete broad appeal thing. Like I don't know.
It feels like something where like
this room
like the person writing this game, in this case Jane Jensen, made a character with like traits that she really likes, even though they're kind of unlikable, and just thought that they would be more broadly appealing than they are.
Right, right.
And that's what she wrote about in that article.
Sure.
The
I didn't
writing.
see this.
What?
What was the article? I didn't.
It's on I saw it on Game Informer, I think, and she wrote about that one. They start with G. I got confused. But yeah, she wrote an article about writing attractive male characters. I'll find it and put it in the chat. Hold on.
Thanks.
That's excellent work. I didn't even notice the seam.
Nice.
I need the combination. It looks like it's 6 numbers. Perhaps a date.
What? Where would I?
Sorry. Found it. Writing Hot Men for Games, Yes Please, is the title.
Okay. What's the basic? Yeah, what's the basic thrust of the?
If Caroline has
of the argument, or not argument, but of the piece.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta read.
I mean, like it's basically
For
just
all
like,
I know,
hey,
this room could be bugged.
Everybody writes hot women. We should write some hot men.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Here's why I like writing hot men.
Okay.
And she talked about how people always ask her why she doesn't, if she's a woman, why doesn't she write women characters? And she said, more to the point, why do I so often find myself writing male characters? The truth is, I've always preferred writing men to women in my novels as well as my games. The answer was pretty obvious. I don't just write male characters, I write male characters who are hot simply because I enjoy it. And this crumbles any illusion I have to be above gender. So... And then she goes into more theories and stuff.
Right.
Could someone who's more familiar with her writing tell me how ladies are usually handled in her stuff?
It looks like that.
Like not like this, right? Like this is anomalous.
But they have some
so in Gabriel Knight, it's really interesting because for one, Gabriel. So I've talked about this a little bit last time, but Gabriel is also a character who is deeply flawed. He has some stuff that's really unlikable. But I actually found him more appealing. Like he really did grow on me. There are a lot of things I liked about him. He's got like a southern charm that maybe it's the fact that I'm in the U.S. that appeals to me. I don't know. But
Tim Curry voices him too, right?
In the first one and the third one,
okay.
And in the second one, he is played by Dean Erickson, who is just an attractive guy, just very attractive. And I mean that. Not even joking, just very attractive fellow with beautiful flowing locks of long hair. But he has his sidekick, his David, basically. His sidekick with whom he has a romantic interest is named Grace Nakamura. And she's written really well. I mean, I've always thought anyways. Like she's a really smart, really active character. She has her own agency in the game. Often Gabriel will tell her not to do something and then she goes and does it anyways because she wants to. and she clashes with Gabriel. She's not passive, I guess. And when Gabriel like gets angry and calls her a bitch, you're supposed to get upset with Gabriel for that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the Gabriel Knight games handle women characters in general better.
Like, I think Gretchen is still kind of in line with that. It's just, it feels a little bit
is
like...
very similar to Grace. I mean, from the very
it feels a little bit like... I used to say this thing, and Austin hated when I said it. And I said it for way too long.
Way too long.
This is the worst one, by the way.
Oh my god.
Here we go.
Librarian.
Uh-huh. Get ready.
This upset me so much. Sorry, Janine.
No,
this thing I used to say was women are bad people.
Yep.
And I was always saying it half jokingly, but it was from this place of like, man, women, you know, lots of women just like tearing each other down and they're really bitchy, and then there's the smart ones like me and my friends and we're cool. And it feels like I outgrew that, obviously, because that's a fucking terrible thing to say. Now I prefer thinking people are terrible people.
Right.
So there's actually there's an interesting plot point.
But that's what this reminds me of.
There's a really interesting, sort of along those lines, in Gabriel Knight 2, there's a really interesting plot point, which is Gabriel's over in Germany, Grace is back in New Orleans, where they're from, and eventually Grace goes over to New Orleans to this castle that Gabriel's living in. It's like a castle that his family owns. And there's a woman there who, she's kind of working as Gabriel's secretary. She kind of handles stuff in the castle and has for years. And initially when Grace comes, they have this weird rivalry because Grace assumes that she is Gabriel's new love interest. And it sort of plays off of that, but it ends up going into a really interesting position of like, but it sort of plays off of like what you're saying there of like women like just trying to like competing, like just being like being kind of awful to each other.
But like the way that the women in this game read to me is like the writer has maybe identified an archetype of woman that she likes.
This is the worst. Oh, this is the worst. This is
really
the
and then, like,
worst.
Other women are, you know, that sort of women are bad people type thing.
Oh, slight hand tremor, has a fear of foreigners. What? Go away.
Is it coffee drinker?
It has to be coffee drinker, right?
An uptight by-the-book librarian with a caffeine addiction who is desperate for a man, but definitely not for me.
Get fucked.
And that one took me forever too, because I literally did not think it could be the worst ones. And I was really upset after I finally figured it out. I was like, this doesn't even... like, how you can't tell any of that by looking at somebody. You can't.
The other way to think about this is like that kind of Tina Fey feminism where it's like, to be a good woman, you're kind of one of the guys in a way, and like women who prefer to adhere to traditionally feminine things are like you look down on them. They're like trashy or whatever.
And that's no good. Like
no, that doesn't
related.
Either women get respect or they don't get respect. Like
right. Related, the fact that Malachi just saw that she was wearing bright colors and read from that, oh, sexually frustrated. Again, does that mean that like every time he sees a woman in bright colors, that means another sexually frustrated woman? She's wearing pink. Like,
so what am I doing?
The orange lipstick on that coffee cup is familiar. There's just enough left in the cup.
I think you're probably gonna have David go hit on her or something, right?
Yeah.
Why do I need the coffee?
She's caffeine addicted.
I don't know if he'll do it yet. I think you might have to do something with the coffee first.
My job description doesn't.
I didn't ask for you to sleep with her. Just flirt with a woman.
You don't just flirt.
His hand gestures are so angry there.
Some reason to
You're horny.
Not that reason.
Jesus
Give me a good reason or forget it.
It's pretty straightforward.
Also, you're in a library. Ask her where the anything is. I want to learn about bats. Help. Like, anything.
Oh, if you go back to where
How do you say I want to learn about bats in French?
Je veux apprendre au sujet des chauves-souris, or something like that. I want to learn about the subject of bats.
What was bats specifically?
Chauve-souris, it means bald mouse.
Oh. But what if I want to learn about bald mice?
That's one of my favorite French words. I took French in school.
French is the best.
It is. I like that one of their terms of affection is my little cabbage head.
Yes. Or chou-fleur, little cabbage flower is another
Yeah.
popular one. My grade 1 teacher used to call us her petit chou, her little cabbages.
Yep. That's mine did too. That must be a French teacher thing.
Mm-hmm.
I can walk like a human.
That's a good idea, but I'm not sure this coffee is...
Wait, what?
Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. You got to do something else with the coffee.
Like, what?
This coffee's cold by now.
Yeah. There's like a little... Yeah, there's a cream and sugar station. Go there.
Oh my Christ.
How do I know?
No, I actually I actually thought this puzzle... I like this one.
Okay, wait.
She's a harlot, so you would put a lot of sugar in there.
Ew,
Right.
what?
I thought this was cool.
tan.
Cookie cutters.
So it has some cream in it.
Wait, is that definitely her cup?
Yeah.
Yes. It had
Is
her
it-
lipstick on it.
Oh, okay.
Ghosts!
This isn't
It's rather
how
tan.
coffee
Is that it?
cups work.
No. No.
How do I...
You do the gear thing, the wrench on the used one.
Oh.
It tastes sweet.
Use a cookie cutter.
Far too sweet for my
Dude,
For
taste.
don't-
heart-shaped coffee.
Also, fucking librarian, throw out your fucking cup. Don't just leave it next to the trash.
No,
Sounds
it was
good.
in the
It was
trash.
in
the
the
trash.
trash.
Oh, he pulled it out. Okay, I
Garbage
missed
picked
that.
it out, yeah.
Okay.
Wait, so is that it? Am I good?
No.
What? How do
I
I...
bet you can use one of these weird
rather
things.
tan.
Keep going through it. Keep using the
What's
gear.
Sweet.
No. Use
Oh.
the gear on the use the gear on your new coffee.
It's not quite sweet enough.
Oh.
Put your Xanax in it. That'll solve the problem.
I think the
It's
coffee is
doubling
correct,
pills, remember?
but perhaps I should dress it up a bit.
You gotta dress it up. A little heart, a little heart. That way it's cute. Yeah, that'll
I
definitely
mean, that's
stay
not really how
on
that
the-
would work.
Yeah,
that'll be
This should have been
fine for the
You would
trip
still be
across town.
sprinkling it outside of the thing.
Yeah, I used some cold coffee.
There was a
was
heart
steaming.
in it 15
was
minutes
steaming.
ago.
Hey, my friend stalked you and told me you like coffee and sex here.
I need you to distract the librarian. Give her this coffee and be
Friendly.
friendly.
All right.
Walking like a regular human. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
It's Ministry of Silly Walk
not
stuff.
not an octopus.
Following
Swear
their
I'm
feet
not an
is a
octopus.
huge mistake.
Oh my god, is this the sequel to Octodad? That would explain
Nope,
everything.
I'm a regular human. Hello, librarian. You sure are sexy.
I like books.
I like human women, not octopi.
Zero, we're distracting the librarian so we can get the password for the special computers.
Which, like, why
I'm
would
gonna
we just
notice your
ask for
post-
that?
God.
Because she
Okay.
won't because she won't give us did we talk to her or did we
I
just
actually
analyze
didn't
her?
talk to her.
Okay.
Great.
Then I won't
I don't believe in talking to women. I don't know if you know
Oh,
this.
fuck.
It appears that the
because
librarian
there's a
wants to
piece of
send
information
data
that
to
you
this
want
computer
that she
before
won't
it's
give
of
you
any
because
use to
it's
me.
secret French stuff.
Oh my god. But
Wait. Oh, I need to...
These are all really lazy passwords. And also, like, I like that they're all like French landmarks and not like French words.
Mhm.
Oh, it's... Oh my god.
It's the password from the
I
library.
think it feels vaguely racist to assume that French people would just have their password be like Eiffel Tower 69. Like...
Wait.
It'd
definitely be La Tour Eiffel 69.
Yes, yes.
It appears
It's
that the
myself,
librarian
thank
needs
you.
to send data to this computer before it's of any use to me.
I did it. What? Oh.
There. Now to see if it's delivered.
You should type in bats.
Book delivered to a book drop. What?
There's definitely library robots or something at work here. Or something. Because... I mean, how did the computer just immediately put that in there? It's creepy.
France is very advanced, you know?
French library robots are all the rage.
Oh my god. He does sound familiar.
Oh, this is the dude that he was supposed to be, right?
Strange. It mentions a man named
Yeah.
Saint-Amand. I should see what I can learn about him.
I wonder if that's David.
No, that's you.
No,
that's the dude that...
his friend.
I didn't see that part.
Saint-Amand.
Ooh.
People are doing American passwords in the chat. Baseball 123, Mount Rushmore 420, America.
Bob Bush has what? My U.S. passwords are hamburger, freeway, and capitalism.
The librarian needs to send data to this computer before it's of any use to me.
Irritated Goat says, my password, Yeehaw Baseball 1776.
Good. I just need to pick it up.
Yep.
Alright, you gotta talk to her now.
No, I'm getting this thing.
What thing?
I got another archives thing.
Oh, I didn't see that, sorry. I was reading the chat. For some reason I thought you couldn't get all the books until you talked to her. Sorry.
I wonder why Saint-Amand was so loyal to Montfroy. It couldn't have been for money.
Wonder if it was
Montfroy
love.
was a mere abbot. This says he's buried in the Paris catacombs. I'd like to see that.
Why? What?
Manifest Destiny 1337. Soccer is dumb 1945. Bush X Obama 69.
Yep. It's classic America, you know. Can you profile him now and say what he is? Was that the last piece of data you needed? Or do you still need more? You still need more on him, I guess.
Yeah, that wasn't really anything on him, I don't think. I have 10 of 11 still.
Okay. Also, did Dexter Amble ever send you that little write-up on what Moebius theory was? Into your phone that he said he was going to send you?
He said he was going to. I don't think anything showed up.
What a flake.
I don't see anything.
Is it in your folder?
Oh, Moebius theory.
Oh, that seems like a
Moebius
thing.
theory was first hinted at by Greek philosopher Paramedes and developed into a comprehensive metaphysical theory by medieval monk Benedict de Montfroy. Montfroy's treatise on the subject was a hidden work, for it would certainly have been considered heretical by the Church. Montfroy's work was lost and rediscovered and eventually landed in the hands of 1920s genius German scientist Dr. Wilhelm Reich. Reich fled Germany when the Nazis rose to power. He ended up working for the British. He was the founding father of the modern science of Moebius. That's not a thing.
Nope.
The Moebius theory is that history has defined patterns which repeat themselves over and over. Space/time is not linear in the fourth dimension. Energy patterns which play out in one moment of time ripple or echo out across the fourth dimension, reoccurring in other periods of time. The technology of being able to actually identify these energy patterns on a particle level is still primitive, but more progress has been made on the research side, that of recognizing and cataloging patterns. 6 modern governments have Moebius groups: the US, Britain, France, Germany, Israel, and Russia. There are also rogue Moebius organizations. The alleged aim of most of these groups is merely to recognize patterns and thus be able to provide intelligence on what is likely to happen next, but manipulation and attempted interference of the patterns does occur.
I like that it's there are rogue Moebius organizations, not like these 6 good Western governments.
The knowledge of Moebius is top secret, rigorously kept off the web and out of mainstream universities. It is extremely dangerous. So there we go. Moebius.
This biography is very basic. According to the Moebius info from Dexter, Rarick was the founding father of the modern Moebius theory and worked for the British. I found a bit of information about Montfroy in the Bibliothèque's archives, but not much. Someone seems to have scrubbed the historical data about him.
It's Goggler says Illuminati Freemason 50. Bloodfist says Big Macs are delicious 51. Oh wait, I need to research Carolyn at the library also. Maybe I don't need a computer to do that?
Maybe you can ask that woman whose job it is to actually assist you.
Excuse me.
Yes. May I help you?
I'm looking for information on Caroline Alphonse. Newspaper articles, a biography, things of that nature.
If you mean the current Caroline Alphonse, she's much too young.
Why would Malachi ask for a biography? She's like 22, 23, something like that.
At the table over there. I'll send you what I find.
Is there a place to get coffee around here?
Unfortunately, no. I wish there was.
Also, here's the thing about being in any urban center. There's somewhere to get coffee.
Yeah. Yeah, like, you work here. You have a coffee maker here. Sorry. You do. Like, there's an employee lounge in this giant library, and they have a coffee machine.
The Night of the Catacombs.
Because it's the future.
I'm afraid the section
The present, because it's the present.
You're joking.
Pas de tout. There are over 200 kilometers of tunnels and mines.
One in the chat says, I'm really shocked Jane Jensen wrote this game because it seems like a Garfield fanfic.
To be fair.
Damn it.
I mean, to be fair, I think her other stuff is more well written on a character level, but it's also, her other stuff is also, like, she loves this, like, weird, like, messing around with history, supernatural.
Right.
Like, it's all, the Gabriel Knight games are all about that as well.
Catacombs sound fascinating.
Yeah, I didn't come here expecting high art. You know, like, it's not my jam right now. In this, the
Gabriel Knight games are also not quite this goofy, maybe.
Right. There's a goofiness here that I don't think is hitting, and it doesn't help that so much of the rest of the experience is taking me out of it. You know, like, if there wasn't so much misogyny, maybe I'd be cutting the Moebius shit some more slack. You know, I'd just be having a better time with it, so...
Computers.
Caroline was engaged to a 43-year-old man when she was just 19. Caroline's parents divorced when she was still a teenager. Interesting. Caroline's fiancé called off the engagement. I wonder why. I'll take a photo of these in case I need to reference them later.
I think these are all in English.
There's a date somewhere in there that you need to remember.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about.
No, not that one. The next one.
This one?
Yeah. Write that down somewhere. I'll do it. Wait, somebody remember.
Which one? Which date?
August 20th?
Yeah, August 20th, 2008.
That's the date to the password to get into her thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
08/20/2008?
Yeah.
Alright, let's do this. Let's steal shit.
Mr. Rector, come in.
Thank you.
Bob Wash put it in the chat as well for us.
Thanks, Bob Wash.
Thanks, Bob Wash.
Yo, someone should tell Malachi that you can just Google all this underground fucking catacomb map shit. It's like, there's a lot of them. I'm sure some of them are just like the touristy sections, but like...
So...
There's like a million of these.
I think it's gonna be... Well, it depends. Is it going to be European style or American style?
It's American, which is ridiculous.
Uh-huh. So 08, 20, 08, I think, right?
Oh, wait. Yeah. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
I think I'm close.
Nope.
But most Europeans put the
sorry,
you were wrong.
first,
I was
the
wrong.
month, then the year.
Sorry. I'm our guide through this game. And I failed.
That did it. I'm impressed. So you're a code breaker too?
Yeah, I'm a real code breaker.
I think it's really weird that she picked the day of her parents' divorce.
Yeah.
Maybe she's a very depressing person to be around.
Must be where Caroline is staying. I need to see her in person.
Cool.
That's an accounting ledger. I wonder why it's in the safe.
And I just played Blackwell Epiphany, and there was this remember the date for the password puzzle, but the guy picked a really appropriate, sweet date. Like, not a divorce date.
These numbers
also, the Blackwell Epiphany was awesome, by the way. Has anyone played those?
No, I haven't played those. I hear good things.
They're really good.
Yeah. Is that series done now? Did they wrap that up? Or is that... Yeah,
Yep,
that's what I thought earlier this year.
The last one. Yep.
And
the main character in all of them is Rosa, and one of them is her aunt, and it's just really cool. And they hang out with ghosts, and it's really well written, and all the ladies are awesome.
Sounds like you're describing StreamFriends.
I've gotten everything I can from the
Yes, you did.
StreamFriends.
Dexter considers you a prime asset.
What do you mean by that?
Friend zoned.
Is someone
You've been StreamFriend zoned.
Someone who has a unique skill. Someone worth protecting.
Oh, P.S. Everyone should go back and watch the stream of Always Remember Me.
Someone has to.
Why is that door 10 feet tall?
Bloodfist says, really? Why is a ledger in a safe? It has implicating stuff in it.
Friend zoned.
I see. I see.
Sharp, unfriendly expression.
Oh, she's wearing red lipstick. She must be a harlot.
Someone said, Kavoski says Malachi zoned.
God. Oh, is she gonna be? Oh, so she's like cold.
Caroline Alphonse is proud, private, and businesslike person. She is not prone to displays of sentiment and unlikely to divulge secrets easily.
I think the word he's looking for is shrew.
Yeah.
Mademoiselle Alphonse?
Oui?
I'm Malachi Rector.
God, they look like animate corpses.
Silva's really confused about why I had the friend zone thing ready.
So is everyone who hasn't seen the Always Remember Me stream.
How did you find me?
Oh, it wasn't so difficult. May I join you?
WG said, he says, there should just be a secret word every stream for the friend zone image. Like Pee-wee's Playhouse, I guess. Like the secret word of the day. Yeah, you said the secret word. Yep, exactly, Crockbox.
Kibizuki says Twitch plays friend zoned.
Tell me about yourself.
Me? I have no amusing stories to tell. My life is my family and my family's business. That is all.
That doesn't sound like an exciting life for a young woman.
I thought this garden was real pretty.
Exciting is overrated.
Looks nice.
Tell me about your mother.
There is nothing to tell. She does very well.
Thanks to some pawned antiques, I take it?
Who told you that?
I visited your home. I could see for myself.
Nothing illegal has been done. I knew the antiques were being sold. I do not wish to discuss it.
Tell me about your
father. Bloodfist says the secret word is hunky soldier.
Is a well-respected man. Ask anyone in France.
God, he's such a hunky soldier.
How is the state of the Alphonse family business?
That is a very personal question.
That bad, is it? You're here with Etienne.
Yes.
The same Etienne who's business partners with your father?
Yes.
Isn't Etienne a little old for you? Then again, your fiancé, Gerard de Villiers, he was not a young man either, was he?
How could that be any possible business of yours, Mr. Rector?
Where is Etienne now?
He had some business calls to make. He is very dedicated.
What is your relationship with Etienne?
You can see what kind of place this is. Surely you can guess.
I'd like to discuss your family finances.
How did you get that?
Really?
Does it matter?
Just pull
The
that.
point is, I have it.
Everything
He had that in a
will be
place.
paid. Every debt my father has, I made sure of it. There is no reason for the police.
My
to
favorite thing
involve.
is in cognition when I put an
How
entire
are you
traffic
taken
cone
care of?
in my
Etienne,
jacket.
I will cover the debt. More besides.
I was,
That's very generous of him.
and she was only
Well, to
moving
be
it a
wet.
few feet, and I
Naturally,
was just
he would not
thinking
allow my
that she could have
family to
just
be
carried
ruined.
it, but no, they had to stick it in my jacket.
Your
That was
father ruined
the
the
best.
family fortune? That
Follow
must
the
have
money.
been-
Follow the money.
I thought it was an empire.
Alright, this game's
My
alright.
grandfather made
I mean,
mistakes
if
as
they're gonna
well.
follow the money.
10 out of
My
10.
father, he's ill.
Yeah.
He has an addiction to gambling. I hope you will not feel the
Wolfram
need to
says,
make that
I
public.
broke into your house.
Our
No
name
bigs.
is all I have left.
I'm not interested in gossip.
Bloodfist says, have you noticed that he doesn't look people in the eye ever?
So you
Yeah,
intend to
it's
save
really
the family business by marrying your father's business partner?
Etienne is an intelligent and successful man. It works out well for everyone.
You're marrying
Is it
Etienne?
just him, or
Isn't he your father's
does no one ever look
He is
anyone in the eye in the
55.
game?
It does
I
not
feel like
matter.
it's nobody
Passionate love, it
has a good
fades.
eye line.
My parents
Yeah.
The eyes in general are just
being
really
married
freaking
to
me out.
Etienne will suit me
Yeah.
very well.
I think it's not as bad with one-off
I've heard you
characters,
have an
though.
interest in
I don't know.
catacombs.
Maybe it's just
I am
a
interested
coincidence
in French
sometimes.
history. The catacombs are full of
I think
it.
it's just because that's the thing you have to do with
Have
animation,
you heard of
and
the 13th
this
century
game
French
definitely
monk
does
named
not want to do
Benedict de
anything more than
Montfort?
necessary with
No.
animation.
Who was this man?
I wish I
Yeah.
Have you heard of Saint Armand? He was a knight during the Crusades. Supposedly, he's buried in the catacombs.
I never heard of him. You should ask a cataphile.
A cataphile?
People who
Ew.
explore the mines under Paris immediately.
Oh,
It's
Great.
kind of an
Okay.
urban sport.
Oh.
Interesting.
Okay. That's different than what I... Okay.
I'll leave you for now, man.
Goodbye, Mr. Rector.
I've learned enough about Caroline.
Oh, yeah, take those. Nom nom nom. Music in this is still very good.
Yeah, the music was one of my favorite parts of it because it changes with every screen, which was nice. Every area has its own music. And I forget who composed, but I don't know. I just really
believe
liked
it's-
it.
I think it's actually,
Olivia Drusilla.
Jane
I just
Jackson's
need to
husband.
see if she fits the pattern.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's right, because they
Mhm.
founded this together. But yeah, it's really pretty. I would buy the soundtrack. Probably.
Alright, so in this one, you're just you're choosing match or not a match, basically?
Yeah. Not a match.
I would say that's a match, but that's just how I interpret it.
Which
like,
one?
her father's nearly bankrupt. Like, they clearly weren't always nearly bankrupt. She
Yeah,
still
but-
comes
but
from a
that doesn't-
wealthy family.
Right. Yeah.
Mm.
The blurriness in all of these, like the vagueness of whether or not they fit or not, is
The
a big
engagement thing,
part of
too.
why.
Like,
Yeah. But like
she was in
that's
a thing and then broke it off for...
I mean, you could tell me
reason.
that one goes in either direction.
Yeah, but
And-
it was specifically like Livia specifically ended the marriage to marry Augustus, which definitely is not the case with Carolyn. She did not end the marriage in order to marry someone
It's
else.
just, it
Right,
feels
right.
like it's so loose.
Mhm.
It is. It really is. And the ones where you have to pick, like, out of the list, those are even worse, I think. Because either everybody matches or nobody matches, and it's, I don't know. I wanted it to be more specific.
It's such an interesting thing. I just like it's a neat thing, but I don't know.
Also, why do none of these?
Yes, this is a match.
All of the shit, almost all of the shit. So not everything here. So we just finally got to things about these two characters. But up until these last two things, it was all like, this is what their husbands were like. This is what their fathers were like. This is what their family lines were like. Never until right now.
We're finding all of that out so that we can try to match them.
No, I know that. But what I'm saying is, until we got to these final two things, all of the facts were like nothing to do with them as people, basically.
Right.
What they did or who they were, like.
Cool. Wrong lady, not the one we want.
Those last few
You're useless to me.
Done it.
Yeah.
I guess like the point of that is that she wouldn't be able to help the dude in the way he needs to be helped. To whatever.
Right.
Looks like we're going to Zurich. But there's one more thing I want to research before I leave Paris.
Whose texts come in at the top of the screen? Hate it.
It's an alternate reading of this game has you as like a reality TV scout.
As lovely as the
I am. What poor person has a text message that shows up at the top of their phone? They must be on an Android or a Windows phone.
The lanterns are...
Purple Femme says, "Ha! Sucks that your business is falling apart. You aren't important."
Let me take this lantern.
Maybe I'll buy it when you have no money.
Yeah, right.
Let me take this lantern in broad view of everyone outside.
Hey, why did you take that lantern? Do you know? Oh, because you're
trying to stop me. How do I? Where's where?
Bloodfist says, "Hope ninjas attack him again."
You gotta talk to a cataphile.
Ugh.
You know one. You know one.
Yeah.
You do know one. Think about the pictures.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
He loves extreme sports. And cataphilia.
Keizuki says, "Let's go fuck some catacombs, Malachi."
Yes.
I noticed your tattoo.
It's a special design, monsieur. I'm afraid I can't give you the name of the shop.
Are you a cataphile?
You know this word?
I said it, didn't I? I'm looking for information.
What information is that?
Do you know the catacombs?
Go to any tourist office. They can give you a brochure.
I don't mean the tourist part of the catacombs.
Oh, then I don't know what you mean.
Do you know how to find San Alma, the Knight of the Catacombs?
The skeleton? Yes, I know it.
Will you tell me?
Are you offering a reward? You're not with the police, eh?
Do I look like a French policeman?
Wait. Oh. I got stuck in a very funny position.
To find the knight, go down through the manhole cover in the alley near the patisserie on Roumont. You can't miss him.
Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Walker?
Yes, doing? Mr. Rector?
About my investigation into Caroline Alphonse.
Yeah?
Caroline is not the one we're looking for. Dexter wants us to head to Zurich to look at another candidate.
I'm ready whenever you are, Mr. Rector. Listen, I appreciate the fact that you told me more about this mission than you have to.
I've taken no oaths.
David will remember that.
Even so. I'm glad you trust me. At least that far. You asked about my family earlier.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned I have one sister. She's married and lives in Ohio. My parents are alive, but we don't really speak. Haven't since I was in college.
Why not?
We have opposing views on a few minor things. Like how I should live my life. I don't suppose you really give a rat's ass, but you asked.
Oh, I didn't pick up on that when I played it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Data point.
We know what that's all about. Oh my god, please stop. Oh, I have to
That's
get out
all
here.
for now.
As
That's
you
why.
say.
Alright, now I think We have enough info. Analyze.
Yeah. Okay. Now use your trick.